Imagine this. The best pasta sauce you have ever tasted sits abandoned on a plate. Wasted sauce. That is a tragedy. If only you had used Barilla al Bronzo pasta. Its bronze-cut texture holds your sauce and scoops up every last drop. The Italians call that scarpetta. Capture sauce the Italian way. Barilla al Bronzo. Click or tap the banner to find out more.
The following is a Red Apple Podcast Network presentation.
They say this is a big rich town. I just come from the poet's part. Bright light, city life, I gotta make it.
Welcome to Dominic Carter's podcast. This is Dominic Carter's City Hall. Now, here's Dominic Carter.
Red Apple Podcast, Talk Radio 77 WABC. You can listen to me, Dominic Carter, Sunday nights 11 p.m. to 1 a.m., weeknights at midnight. Following his wartime visit to the Middle East, President Biden is, of course, doing the right thing and showing solidarity with Israel, considering the savage surprise attack committed by Hamas. Hamas has to be eliminated, but if we're being honest, Biden or any other American president is walking a fine line between support for Israel and empathy for Palestinians. This is my podcast. Let's go.
More than 1,300 people slaughtered in Israel, including at least 32 American citizens. Scores of innocents, from infants to the elderly grandparents, Israelis, Americans taken hostage. As I told the families of Americans being held captive by Hamas, we're pursuing every avenue to bring their loved ones home. As president, there is no higher priority for me than the safety of Americans held hostage.
The rare Oval Office address from Biden that Israel and Ukraine remain vital for America's national security. America should be 1,000% behind Israel. With Ukraine, let's be honest here. Biden is really trying to refocus the attention of Americans on the war there, but the handwriting is on the wall. The will of the American people for continued financial support for Ukraine is not there. The White House rolled out its $105 billion funding request for Israel, Ukraine, border security, and humanitarian assistance.
American values are what make us a partner that other nations want to work with. To put all that at risk if we walk away from Ukraine, if we turn our backs on Israel, it's just not worth it. That's why tomorrow I'm going to send to Congress an urgent budget request to fund America's national security needs, to support our critical partners, including Israel and Ukraine. It's a smart investment that's going to pay dividends for American security for generations. Help us keep American troops out of harm's way. Help us build a world that is safer, more peaceful, more prosperous for our children and grandchildren.
Of course, the backdrop to all of this, the upcoming election. Americans are questioning Biden's age, and the alarm bells are ringing. Polling shows Biden trailing Trump in 2024 battleground swing states, and rightfully so. America is weaker under Biden, and my contention, if Trump were in the White House, the situations in Israel and Ukraine would not have occurred. But the truth is, Biden, any American president, walks a fine line between support for Israel and empathy for the Palestinians. We may not like it, but it is a balance, and Biden cannot give up on peace in the Middle East. But I continue to zero in on the human toll to Israel, the carnage.
For families of those being held hostage, there is a different kind of agony. One mother has begged for the release of her 21-year-old daughter. Karen Shem only found out yesterday Mia was still alive.
Among the stories of heartbreak, remember 260 people alone killed at that Israeli music festival. Hamas released the first hostage video of 21-year-old Mia Shem. She was one of the people that attended the music event. For her mother, Karen Shem, it has been a roller coaster of emotions. Keep in mind, the Hamas hostage video of her 21-year-old daughter is the first and only confirmation that her daughter was alive. This is an international news report on ITV.
I'm begging the world to bring my baby back home.
A mother speaking for every parent, for an entire nation.
This is a crime against humanity.
Mia Shem was seized from the dance party where so many more were killed. Her captors released these pictures to show they're treating the gunshot wounds they inflicted. Her family want these images to be shown. It is, at last, proof of life.
And here is what the mother, Karen Shem, told Lester Holt of NBC on the Today Show.
Does she look like the Mia that you know?
She looks pale. She looks very frightened. She looks in pain. She looks alone and scared.
Alone and scared. The mother also spoke to Anderson Cooper on CNN.
Does it help to see her?
Of course, because until now, I didn't know if she's dead or alive. We are begging the world to bring my baby home. She's only 21 years old. She just went to a festival party after months that she didn't go anywhere. She had medical problems. She just wanted to have some fun.
And there was more with Anderson Cooper.
We aren't showing the video that Hamas has put out, but we are showing other photos of her. Can you just tell people what she's like? What do you want people to know about your daughter?
My daughter is very mature. I'm a single mom, and we've been through a lot, and she's only 21, but she's like 60-year-old smart woman. She's very, very strong. That's why we all believed in our hearts that she's alive, because we knew that she will never give up.
Again, that's just one of the Israeli stories of heartache. How about the 80-year-old American grandmother that was a hostage of Hamas, killed with her 12-year-old granddaughter? Sadly, I could go on and on and on. Reporters in Israel are doing an excellent job recording history and trying to stay alive themselves at the same time.
Now we're in Sderot. I'm deciding to lay down now because it is not a lot of time to really run to a shelter here. We're too close to the Gaza border, so I'm lying on the ground. This is why we're wearing protective gear. You can could hear maybe the interception already. It is recommended to stay on the floor. I don't even know if you can still hear or see me, but it is really recommended to remain on the floor in case that there are shrapnels, falling down. I've just shown you that there was a rocket impact.
The reality for the journalists, Senator Charles Schumer is stating the right things, vowing to eliminate Hamas and bring Israeli hostages home. He was part of a Times Square rally organized by the Israeli American Council in conjunction with other New York Jewish organizations. The madness locally must stop as well. A man slugged a woman in the face in our subway system, and when she asked why, this monster said it was because she is Jewish. Also, while in Israel, New York Governor Kathy Hochul met with Prime Minister Netanyahu. You folks are sounding off to me. This is one caller, Robert.
Great job. In terms of the Biden speech, it's horrific, his speech. He spoke about Russia and Ukraine and Hamas and Israel. And all those four, he lectures Israel about, quote, laws of war, unquote, and about, quote, the government of Israel not to be blinded by hate, unquote. It's just outrageous, absolutely outrageous. If there's anyone there who has gone above and beyond to follow the rules of war and be ethical and kind, it's the Jewish people in the state of Israel. How dare he point the finger at Israel when they're just trying to protect their people and they're dependent on the United States for munitions, and then they have to put up with him. And then he slips in during his speech about a two-state solution. So because Israel, we're dependent, as Jewish people, we're dependent on this, I don't want to use foul language, this Biden, so then now he's going to start lecturing us and think he has to tell us what we can do. And like, if God forbid one civilian gets killed, well, it's like, it's just outrageous what his speech was. And, another thing in his speech is people shouldn't let it slip by. First of all, he's funding Ukraine. He's funding Hamas. We're giving Israel money, and also indirectly he's giving money to Iran and Russia because he stopped the drilling of oil, and so the price of oil went up, and then he's cut off the sanctions on Iran, so he's funding Iran and Russia. So the United States in effect is giving everyone money, and the military-industrial complex, which he alluded to in the speech about the munitions that are being built, and I praise our wonderful people here who are helping Israel and helping the United States, but the military-industrial complex is now making money because the munitions are being sold to everybody. Everybody's killing each other. And, he's outrageous. But now another thing is people should realize what Israel's gone through in the past 2 weeks. You got about over 1,300 people dead, about 300 people in the hospital, over 200 hostages, including 30 kids are hostages. You have 100 to 200 people estimated missing. And then he's going to give money to, he says, humanitarian aid to Gaza. How does he know it's going to be used now for Hamas?
And this is Marianne in Queens.
You know what I'm saying in this speech? That President Biden, he wants to dance with God and he wants to tango with the devil. He wants to be well seen by everybody. My recommendation to the U.S. people is this. You have to go fast. Because the more time you take listening to these people that are not in your place, remember, you are fighting for your survival in the war. Nobody is taking attention to that.
Your burger is served. And this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
I hear you, Marianne. I hear you as the world turns. And that is all the time we have for this episode. Thank you, folks, for joining us. If you are interested in my remarkable book on my life titled No Mama's Boy, or even the Dominic Carter bobblehead doll, go to my website, all one word, DominicCarterOnline.com, DominicCarterOnline.com. If you order the book at my website rather than Amazon, I can personally sign it for you. You can catch me on 77 WABC weeknights, midnight to 1 a.m. Go check out the Dominic Carter merchandise at the 77 WABC store. From Dominic Carter t-shirts to hats and much more, go to WABCRadiostore.com. Also follow me on YouTube, where you will see videos from me about this podcast and the radio show. YouTube.com/Dominic Carter. We will see you the next time. Dominic Carter, Red Apple Podcast, Talk Radio 77, WABC.
I gotta make it.
Dominic Carter socials on Twitter at Dominic TV and Facebook and Instagram. Dominic Carter TV. Email at dominic.carter@wabcradio.com. Until the next episode, be well. And as Dominic always says, stay positive. The glass is always half full, never half empty. Dominic Carter City Hall.
Hi, I'm Richard Karn, and you may have seen me on TV talking about the world's #1 expandable garden hose. Well, the brand new Pocket Hose Copperhead with Pocket Pivot is here, and it's a total game changer. Old-fashioned hoses get kinks and creases at the spigot, but the Copperhead's Pocket Pivot swivels 360 degrees for full water flow and freedom to water with ease all around your home. When you're all done, this rust-proof anti-burst hose shrinks back down to pocket size for effortless handling and tidy storage. Plus, your super light and ultra-durable Pocket Hose Copperhead is backed with a 10-year warranty. What could be better than that? I'll tell you what, an exciting radio-exclusive offer just for you. For a limited time, you can get a free Pocket Pivot and their 10-pattern sprayer with the purchase of any size Copperhead hose. Just text WATER to 64,000. That's WATER to 64,000 for your 2 free gifts with purchase. WATER to 64,000.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Pocket Hose. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at pockethose.com/terms.